So last night was a huge day. A huge day in the WNBA MVP race. And it was a game that not decided the MVP race, but a game that has made the MVP race anyone's. Like, I have no idea who's winning MVP. I have absolutely no idea who is winning MVP. And honestly, that's probably a good thing that we don't know who the MVP is, because if we knew who the MVP was, these last few games weren't going to be fun. But it's neck and neck. It makes no difference. I think if the Lynx win through, I don't see if the Lynx win through, I don't see Phee not winning MVP. However, it's MVP is a lot about what you've done lately. And ironically, I think in the same way that I thought Phee should have been the MVP last year. I also think Aja should win it by this, because Aja's had a much better second half of the season. The only thing is that Phee Collier did not lose any games by 53 points. But Aja played more games than Phee. Statistically, Phee has been on the better team. And I would say, statistically, it has been even. The matchups between the two of them, Phee has gotten the better more often than not of Aja. When the Lynx have played the Aces, Phee has 1,000,000% gotten the better of has gotten the better more often than not of Aja Wilson. However, yesterday, Aja Wilson had 31 points on 15 shots and missed 3. Phee had 12 points on 13 shots and was minus 13 in a 10-point loss. I understand Phee was pulled early. I understand that this was game 7 of the finals for the Aces, and this was just another Thursday for the Lynx. And I understand that if you look at the standings, this game meant way more to the Aces than did the Lynx, because if the Aces lost that, suddenly they're in the 3rd seed. And like, you want to be in the 2nd seed. Actually, no, you probably want to be the 3rd seed to face Golden State, because like, even if Golden State bring you home, it's not in the Chase Center. But I have a feeling wherever the hell they play, with half the crowd, they're going to be even wilder. They're going to be even wilder pro Golden State. But it's a 3-way tie right now for the 2, 3, and 4. And what you don't want to do is, again, had they lost that game, suddenly they're in 4 and they face the Liberty in the first round. Nobody wants, regardless of how poor the Liberty have been, nobody wants to face the Liberty in the first round. Could you imagine if the Golden State Valkyries fuck about and overtake the Liberty? That would be hilarious. They're not playing each other, are they? I don't know why I have it in my head they're playing each other. No. They're playing Chicago, Seattle, and Washington. They're going to go 2 of those 3, and I think the Liberty have the tiebreaker on the Valkyries. But either way, it's a mad situation where the Valks might get into 5th. Either way, the Aces very much want to be in a situation where you're possibly playing the Indiana Fever. Because if the Fever win tonight, the Indiana Fever get to 7. I also don't know if I want the Fever to win tonight, because I don't want the Fever to make the playoffs. Just putting it out there, I don't want the Fever to make the playoffs. People saying, oh, it's unfair after the season they've had. This is a 5-person draft. I want one of those 5 players. I want one of Floche, AZ Fudd, or Awafam. We're going to get one of those 3. Because some teams are going to be dumb enough to take Lauren Betts. We're going to get one of those 3 if we lose. If not, we're stuck with like Katie Lou Samuelson's reincarnation in Garzon. We're going to get the freaking, like the Israeli Katie Lou. We're going to get a player that's going to do the same shit as Chloe Bibby did. Or we're going to get Gianna Neepkins. We're going to get a super senior who wasn't going to be a first-round pick, but is suddenly going to enter the lottery. But, yeah, like, the Fever obviously there. But yesterday, look, if I was to vote for MVP, and I don't have a vote, I'll never get a vote. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. I'm not the media. I'm a guy who talks in the microphone. If I had a vote, I would vote for Aja Wilson. And that's purely on games played. I think it's too close. Stats-wise, Phee is 23.1 points per game. Aja is 23.6 points. So Aja is leading the league in points. Aja is, I think, leading the league in total rebounds. I might be wrong with that. She's averaging 24 and 10. Her team is on a 13-game winning streak. Fee's not... I would give Alana Smith depoy. Fee's making first team. First team, there's the obvious first team all WNBA is Phee Collier, Alyssa Thomas, Alicia Gray, Aja Wilson, and Kelsey Mitchell. It's a very, very obvious 5. And then all WNBA second team, Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum, Sabrina Ionescu, does Aaliyah make the second team? Paige is going to make the second team. Paige shouldn't be on the second team. She's going to make the second team. You just know she is. She shouldn't be. She's going to make it over one of Kelsey Plum or Sabrina Ionescu. And Kayla McBride should probably be there. But either way, it has been a unbelievable tear from Aja Wilson right now. Like, I tweeted a while ago, like 19, 36, 18, 34, 31. I tweeted a while ago that Aja Wilson doesn't have some divine right to be the definitive best player in the world. It was like, Phee has snatched Aja Wilson's chain. Not saying Aja can't get it back, but Phee has snatched Aja Wilson's chain, and she's been the best player in the world since halfway through last season. However, I think it's a fair thing to say right now that Aja Wilson is, snatched the chain back. Like, she snatched the chain back. Like, the way she's playing like the best player in the world. And look, for me, there's a conversation between two players for who the best player in the world is, and Phee Collier and Aja Wilson. I think right now, there is absolutely a third best player in the world, and it's Alyssa Thomas. And I think after Alyssa Thomas, if you're asking who the fourth best player in the world is, I think it's somewhat between... It's hard to really define, to have a fourth player. There's a whole bunch of players that are of a similar level. But I would genuinely go and, like, I would say just a hypothetical healthy Stewie, Caitlin, maybe I don't think Sabrina's as good as either any of them healthy. John Quell. But there is a definitive top 2 in the world, and this MVP, in my opinion, is way too close to call. It is way too close to call. I have no idea. It's probably going to be... I think if Phee averages 25 points per game and the Lynx win out the season, I reckon she wins MVP. But if the Lynx go and... Like, the Lynx, I think their fate... Look, I think one of their games is pretty easy. But they face the Fever. They face the Valks. So the Valks are a really tough win. They played the Valks twice in the Fever. And the Valks are looking for the playoffs. If they don't win out, Aja's the MVP regardless. Aja's the MVP regardless unless they win out. So anyway, yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.